Hey guys and girls, my name is Alan and welcome to today's gameplay commentary. As you can see, I've got another Fortnite Battle Royale match for you to enjoy. Well, actually, technically it's two matches. So it's going to be two duo games back to back, and as per usual, I cut out the boring bits and just leave in the action bits. And I don't know how long I'm going to talk for in this video, but I'm going to keep going for as long as I can. And then obviously if I run out of stuff to talk about, then I'll just cut to the live comm for the rest of the match. But right, let's just get started for today. So apparently 50 versus 50 version 2.0, the limited time game mode for Fortnite Battle Royale, should be dropping sometime this week. I mean, I played the first version, it was okay. I haven't actually put any footage on the channel yet for that. I probably will do that towards the end of the week, just to give you an idea of what's changed between that version and this version, well, the new version, which hasn't yet been released. Of course, it was delayed last week because after the update that came out, there was a few issues with the game, as there always is. Whenever there's a new update for Fortnite, servers go down, issues arise. It's just, they don't seem to, it's great, don't get me wrong, it's great that they keep releasing content on the regular. Every week they try and bring something new, or they try and fix some things. But it just seems as though every time they do that, they break something else, or they introduce more bugs, or obviously a lot of people jump on and try and play the update, and obviously that puts stress on the servers, and the servers struggle anyway on a daily basis, and so they just straight up collapse. And I think they pulled the servers for like most of the first day that the update came out last week, and I was working anyway, so it didn't make a difference to me. But I know that some people obviously, well, when I came home for work, some of the servers were still down and not functioning properly. So it's, I don't know, I think maybe they should just slow it down a bit. They need to get the basics right first. They need to make sure that the servers are fully stable and that they can deal with the number of people playing, and then add more stuff. But obviously before they add more stuff, they should really deal with the stuff that isn't working yet and stuff that's broken and needs to be fixed. I mean, okay, the game is technically still in early access, even though it's been out for nearly, when did it come out? It came out in like September, October last year. So over half a year ago it's been out now. Still technically in early access or beta mode. Because I guess they are technically still adding stuff. And I read an interesting tweet online. I can't remember the article that it was tweeting, but apparently Fortnite started off as a PvE game mode. So you can play something in the Storm. I can't remember what it's called now. That's also due to be released sometime this year for free, but you can buy it now. And that was the original concept for the game. So you play online with friends or by yourself, and you fight against monsters, whatever. You build your base, you collect resources, yada yada yada. I don't know the fundamentals of it because I don't have it, I don't play it, but I've seen parts of it in action. And that's how the game started. And then obviously with the rise of like battle royale modes in general, apparently they decided then to workshop a multiplayer side of things. Now, according to them, they were always going to do a multiplayer side of things. Possibly. I'm not saying they're lying, but it's just a massive coincidence that Battle Royale modes were blowing up, and then suddenly they decide to make one. Now, I don't know. Maybe they were always planning to do a multiplayer thing. Maybe they're always planning to do a Battle Royale thing. Who knows? But it just, as it seems a bit funny that it was. Anyway, I'm not bothered about whether they jumped on the bandwagon or not. Obviously, I put in 1,000 into this game and I enjoy it, and so I'm glad that they made the game. Now, the interesting thing to me is that from concept to deployment of Battle Royale for Fortnite, apparently it was about 2 months, which is pretty fast. I mean, okay, they had the base mechanics and obviously they had all the engine ready to go. They just need to, switch it up a bit, make it more versus other players rather than just AI. But the teamwork aspect and the building aspect, obviously they already had that for the Save the World mode. So it's just kind of cool that obviously if you've got like a good engine, if you've got a good mechanics, such as the building in this case, that you could turn it into something as fun as a battle royale mode. And I don't know how much effort it takes to change from one type of game mode to another type of game mode, but it's just, I think 2 months is a really fast turnaround in my opinion. I don't do games or anything like that, so I'm not too sure, but to me that just seems kind of cool. Anyway, going back to the point that I was talking about at the start, before I went off on this minor tangent, it's great that they're adding new stuff all the time, well, weekly. I think that's going to change to like a 2-week cycle now, which is fine because I'd rather they take time to make sure that everything's working properly, all the bugs are ironed out and stuff like that before it's released to the general public, and where it's going to break the stuff and just cause issues for no reason whatsoever. So, I don't know, I think it works both ways. It's great that they're adding new content, but this new content comes at a cost. Just more bugs are put into the game, more issues are created. And there's something that was announced earlier this week, in fact, was that there's going to be a new weapon coming to the game, a new LMG. light machine gun, if you don't know what LMG stands for. Now, obviously, we don't know what it's going to be like, but I've got a theory. It's probably going to be a larger clip than an AR, but more accurate than the miniguns. Because obviously, the minigun's already in there, but it's a lot slower to use. It's got a tiny spin up time, and its accuracy is all over the place. And the purpose that I use the minigun for is to put pressure on enemies, to spray and pray, just put as many bullets downrange as possible, to force them into cover, to destroy their base, or to just generally just keep them pinned down while my teammates flank or whatever, right? That's what I use the minigun for. And even then, I don't really use it that much because, well, I mean, in squads, it's got its uses. In single player, well, in solos, not so much because you're exposed when you're using it. And I don't play a lot of solos anyway. But in duos, we generally take other stuff. So RPG, grenade launcher, sniper, stuff like that instead. I'd rather get the down rather than just destroy a base. But sometimes I'll pick it up just to try it out. Well, not try it out, but to, you know, just to use it for fun. Especially when we've got a lot of mini bullets. Because not really other weapons use mini bullets besides SMGs. And I don't really use SMGs that much. So it's a minigun or pretty much nothing when it comes to the mini bullets. So yeah, I think it's going to have... I don't know. I'm curious to know what the accuracy is going to be like. Because obviously the minigun's got crazy spray. It won't be, I don't think it's going to be as accurate as an AR, because otherwise maybe it would be too powerful. So there's two ways it's going to go. It's either going to have a high rate of fire and, well, it's going to have a large clip, I think, for sure, compared to all the other weapons minus the minigun. I'm just wondering though whether it's going to have a slow rate of fire or a high rate of fire. If it's got a slow rate of fire, it's going to have high damage. If it's got a high rate of fire, it's going to have moderate damage. But then if it's too slow, it's obviously the Scar is going to probably outplay it, so there's no point using it. If it's too fast, then it's going to overshoot the ARs, so the M16s, you know, the green and the blues, well, all the M16s. But then obviously you got to sort of balance the damage. So I'd be interested to see what slot it fills. It's good that they're adding more sort of mid to long range, well, mid-range weapons. At the moment, you've got plenty of shotguns for close range. Don't need any more of those. There's a couple of snipers, and that's probably enough. And then there's only like the M16s or the Scars or the Burst. Now, I don't really use the Burst. I don't like them. I know that the blue one can melt, but I just don't like it. So that narrows it down to the Scar and the M16s. I don't like the purple Scar. I don't like the Scars in general, to be fair. The only reason I use the gold Scar is because it does a crazy amount of damage. If you get headshot and a body shot, done. Game over. If they've got shields, 2 headshots, body shot, or 1 headshot, 2 body shots, I think the gold Scar does like 70 headshot damage, which is crazy. So if they've got no shields, it's 2 shot if one of them's a head. If they've got half shields, then again, headshot, 2 body shots. And if it's full shield, then it's I think 2 headshots, 2 body shots, or a combination. So the gold Scar does a crazy ton of damage. That's why I pick it up. But ask my friends. Obviously, I don't show the footage on the channel as of yet, but I will happily give up my purple Scar for a blue M16. And I've done that trade several times since I can't remember. I haven't really used the Scars much after Christmas, I would say. That's when I started to just stick with the blue M16 because it's got a higher rate of fire, and I find that the way that I use the weapon anyway is that I like to put more bullets down range, and the Scar is obviously it's a lot slower because it does more damage. That's how they balance it. And if I miss a few shots and the enemies land better shots than I do, I'm in trouble. And sometimes my shots aren't on point. Sometimes they are still shaky. Well, quite often they're still shaky because of the mechanics of the shooting. The other reason why I prefer the M16s over the Scars is that I use them in CQC, and I shouldn't. I should really use a shotgun, but sometimes I'll just stick with my AR, use it in CQC fights, and because the M16's got a high rate of fire, even if I miss a few shots, I can just sort of spray, and if I get lucky, I land the bullets and get the down. If I don't land the bullets, I'm in trouble anyway. But with the Scar, because the rate of fire is so much slower, if I land a few bullets, again, I get the down, but if I miss a few bullets, then it's a very high chance that I'm going to get down by the opposite player if they're also doing the same thing with a different weapon. Or if maybe their bullets connect and mine don't, I still go down. So that's the other reason why I prefer the M16s. But ever since they introduced the first shot 100% accuracy, where if you don't move for a bit, then the crosshairs are 100% accurate, I have started to use the Scars again a bit more, just because I know that if I land that first shot, I can just follow up with a couple more rounds, and if it's just one of those hit or 2 of those hit, then I can do a decent amount of damage and potentially get the down. So obviously it's great that they're still working on this sort of stuff, and it gives me a lot more chance to just experiment and play with weapons that I haven't really used in the past. And it's kind of funny that, again, I haven't showed enough footage on the channel for you to know this, but I never really used shotguns that much up until recently, where I started to appreciate the damage that they do, and in particular the pump and the heavy shotgun. When the game first came out, I hated the pump, and I always gave it up, and I never took it, and I always used it tactical. But it's just funny that over the past couple of weeks, maybe, yeah, not that long, past couple of weeks, I've just started to use the pump and the heavy shotgun a lot more. And I'm doing pretty well with it, actually. It's improved my CQC game, much to the bemusement, and also, I guess, I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, but my friends are happy about it. They keep shouting at me to use my shotgun in CQC. Well, they did in previous months, and I never really did. But now I just do it sort of, not naturally, but I'm starting to think about it a bit more. Like for rushing, I'll switch to my shotgun. If I get rushed by an enemy, I'll swap from my AR to a shotgun. And it says it's helped me to win a few more fights, which is a good thing. So I'm definitely improving. Still learning. It's been 6 months since I started playing this game. I'm still learning, which is the crazy thing about this game. Is that I don't know. The thing for me, I guess, is that I'm not 100% with my shots yet, and that's because of the mechanics. But I guess maybe I just need to practice more. I still think that they need to adjust it slightly, though. I don't approve of the random spread every single time. If you fire enough bullets, they should follow some sort of pattern so that you can learn that recoil pattern so that you can then improve with that weapon. Right, so the final thing to talk about today, because my voice is getting a bit tired now, and that is that earlier today, actually, we found out that Epic Games are planning to vault the guided missile. And again, I haven't showed enough footage on the channel. I did do that explosives mode version 2, which I posted to the channel last week. Check it out, I'll link it on the screen now. Look at the link in the description below. I had a lot of fun in that game mode, and one of the things that I really enjoyed was using the guided missile. When they introduced it, it is really rare though. It's not often you get more than one in a game. In fact, I don't think I've ever seen more than one in a single game. So I got a feeling that maybe only one team has it one team has it, and then that's it. It only drops once in a match. And when your team gets it and you're in a good team, it's basically a win. If you go on to lose with a 4-man and you've got the guided missile, you need to rethink your strategies. You really do. But I don't know. I guess a lot of people complained about it because they said that it changes the way that you have to deal with an attack. So obviously, if someone's putting guided missiles into your base, you're constantly just building, you're pinned down, you can't really do anything. That is true. But at the same time, I feel like it's quite easily countered. If you can build a wall, that's your counter. The missile is fairly slow and it doesn't turn very well. And for the most part, people aren't great at piloting it from what I've found. So in terms of countering it, I don't know. I don't think it's that hard, in my opinion, to counter the guided missile. But I understand that if a full team is pushing, so if one person, let's say you're in 4-man and you're versus another 4-man, you've got the guided missile, so you're taking shots, so you're out of action, you're at the back of the map somewhere, and then obviously the other 3 teammates are rushing in. And I guess if the other team are constantly building, it makes it hard for them to really do anything. You can get pinned in the storm. Even if you're in the safe zone, it's kind of hard to really move when the guided missile just keeps coming at you. But the other thing that I think is really good about the guided missile, and probably what makes it OP, is the scouting feature. Now, you don't necessarily need to land a shot to do damage. In this game, information intelligence is crucial to success. If you know exactly where the enemy team are at all times and they don't know where you are, again, that's going to help you win, I'd say, a lot of the time. So just the fact that you can get this recon without putting yourself in danger is the thing here. It's such a good feature. But as of today, the guided missile has unfortunately been vaulted. I'm very sad to hear that. It's only been in the game for about a couple of weeks. They've already taken it out again, which again is something that they should have tested it beforehand. I mean, I thought it was a great weapon. When you got it, it was fantastic. When you were up against it, it was kind of sucky. But I mean, I've beaten teams who have had the guided missile, which is why I say that just because you have it doesn't mean it's an instant win. You still need a good team around you. It's a shame that they added it and they took it out again. Yeah, but it is what it is, and hopefully it comes back in the future. But yeah, looking forward to trying this new LMG. Right, so that's all I'm going to talk about for today, because my voice is getting really tired now and the gameplay is coming to an end, and I kind of want you to watch this bit live com because it is very tense towards the end. I won't say any more, but it is very tense towards the end. But yeah, as per usual, if you enjoyed the content, consider tapping the like button. I really do appreciate it. And if you've got your thoughts you'd like to share with me regarding the guided missile being vaulted, taken out the game, or the new LMG, you know, what your thoughts and theories on it, let me know in the comment section below. I'll be interested to hear. But until next time, thanks for watching, thanks for listening, take care, and I will see you later. There you go. Watch out, they're running in the river right now. Running in the river right now. Right below us.
Shoot them, shoot them, shoot them.
Oh no, I fell off. Shit. God damn it. I knew that was going to happen. Jump down and build something right in front of me. That's fine, it's fine, yeah. They've still got to push us, so... I knew that was going to happen.
These people are good then, so watch out.
Yeah. Do you want to, there's a supply drop to our right. Do you want to go for that?
We just need to go to the circle.
Okay.
11 seconds left. They get the advantage now because they're in the circle.
Oh shit, I'm about to die.
They're
Oh, no.
building. They're building. Knock
Nice,
one,
nice.
top the hill. Top the hill, he's weak, he's weak. Oh no, I'm kidding. He's weak, very weak. Come on boy, you got this. Oh, you're weak as well. Get in the circle, get in the circle.
Where is he?
Get in the circle if you can. He's still top of that mountain.
I can't see.
Just get in the
Let's
circle.
go.
Yes,
Let's
let's
go. I thought the storm was gonna hit. If the storm had hit me, that was it. Game over.
Yeah.
Oh, he should have just kept his head down. He shouldn't have. He shouldn't have challenged. There's no need for him to do anything.
Let's go.
Let's go, mate. Last game of the night, all the time, all the time. Oh man, shaky shots though, top of the hill. I should have done better there, to be fair.
I haven't seen a bit now.
See you later. GG's.
Yeah, see you later, man. GG.
And now it's hard to breathe.